If the transfer window closed today, this is probably our strongest starting 11. But what's the most balanced? This starting lineup or this one? Our strongest starting lineup or this one? And last time around, our strongest starting lineup or this one? Let me know down in the comments down below which you think is most balanced.
Perfectly balanced, as all things should be.
Now, don't get me wrong. If you would have said United could complete this sort of transfer window, given the fact we have no European football, I probably would have taken it. We all thought we were broke. But now I know that we had this money all along, I can't help but think how we could have gone about this transfer window a little bit differently. Now, obviously, I know we could still do business before the transfer window closes. We still have a little bit of time. But if we don't get a CDM and or a goalkeeper before the transfer window closes, it massively caps our potential for what we can do this season. And the lack of credible midfield links especially really has me worried at the minute. And for me, the Arsenal game, as good as we played, is still highlighted the issues we have in our starting 11 and the issues we've got in our squad building now. And it pains me to say this, as I love the Cunha and Mbeumo signings already. But surely we would have been better off instead of getting the 2 number 10s, but getting that centre midfielder signing done instead. Yes, our starting 11 would look a lot less flashy, but surely, again, it's just more balanced. And it didn't even have to be a Baleba signing, but thinking about it, we would have had the money if we didn't splash it out all on attackers to go and get him from Brighton this window. And then Fernandes could have played in his more natural role as a 10 instead of forcing him to play deep into his own half for the majority of the game. You look at our midfield options currently, none are particularly bad, but the pairings just don't suit each other at all. Casemiro played well against Arsenal. His passing was very good, but watching him trying to cover ground in that midfield 2 of Amorim is scary. Ugarte is simply a squad player at best, and Amorim doesn't really rate Minor right now. But I understand it, as we don't have a profile that really suits Minor in that midfield too. Amorim obviously doesn't think him and Fernandes can play together, and Fernandes is preferred for his passing range. So for now at least, Minor isn't going to be a regular starter, but I'm hoping that that will change given time. People will say, well, you could have got 100 million for Fernandes. And yes, we could have. But United wanted him to stay, and Amorim was part of that. So they simply just need to make it work now. And yes, he will lunge into certain tackles. He will be out of position if you're going to be playing him in that midfield too. But that's the grave the United have dug for themselves now. But again, we knew that going into this season. So surely you pair him with a midfielder with legs rather than Casemiro. If we don't sign a midfielder before that transfer window closes, once again, we've neglected that area and we've let it rot. We haven't had a solid midfield probably since the Matic days. And actually, probably not since the Carrick days. Sign all the attackers you want, but the lineup will never be balanced until we sort that midfield out. And it's not just a signing like Baleba that would help United. Players like Agume, they're there if you want to save money for future windows. There can be no excuses now. If Baleba is too expensive this window, then you get that stopgap signing. They will help United. Someone like Agume who can help straight away, but it doesn't hinder you further down the line then. Surely it's a no-brainer. And yes, we may have expected to get some money in through sales and then we'd have enough money for a midfielder. We may still yet do that with Garnacho. But realistically, Ineos should have been preparing for this. You can't publicly exile players and then expect huge fees for them in the transfer market. It's never going to happen. Especially given that most of them are on wages way higher than what their level deserves.
He disappointed me, Anthony, in ways that I can't even begin to tell you.
And I'm not saying in this video that what United have done is wrong. I just wanted to merely point out where I think this transfer window could have been improved. At least from the outside looking in. Because we don't know the ins and outs of United's transfer dealings, what's going on behind the scenes, and we likely never will. And we don't know what United's true plan was overall for this window. Maybe they did want to get a midfielder early on, but the signing of Seshko just presented itself. So they felt like that was an opportunity that they just had to take advantage of before the likes of Newcastle struck. Maybe that was the case. But what I can see now from United's starting 11, from that first game of the season, United can compete with every team in the Premier League. Going up against Arsenal, we went toe-to-toe with them. But what also does seem abundantly clear, we're going to keep getting let down by the centre midfield and the goalkeeping spots if they aren't fixed this window. Like, I am talking what United's perfect window would be. If we're talking perfection, then you go out and get a Baleba signing on top of what we've already done, and then you're looking at United potentially challenging for that top 4 then. Right now, at the minute, it does look as if that sort of fifth, sixth spot is going to be the absolute limit for us when you're looking at that starting 11. There's just too many little things that are just not quite so clear. And the same with the manager at the minute as well. His tactics, we still don't quite know how it's going to play out throughout the course of the season. Yes, that first game was brilliant, but there's still so many question marks. And still, for me, there's a major one surrounding United in this transfer window. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments down below. Would you do anything different with the money United have spent during the course of this transfer window? If you enjoyed the video, guys, please drop a like, subscribe if you're new around here. I'll catch you in the next one.